Good afternoon, everyone. I am Reverend Krista Weber Huang, your minister here at Merging Waters Unitarian Universalist Congregation. And I have some opening words for us today from my colleague, the Reverend Monica Jacobson Tennyson. It's called Who You Are Enriches Us All. Welcome. What you bring, who you are, enriches us all. We say welcome to your joy, your hope, your pride. We say welcome to your grief, your fear, your anger, and the parts of you that are not yet ready to be seen and heard. Welcome to them as well. For we are a people of faith. Faith in our expansive welcome. Faith in our ability to grow. Faith in the precious gifts of our truths. Faith in the promise of trying, learning, and changing. Faith in our capacity to know ourselves and each other ever deeply. Welcome to you who are gay, straight, bi, pan, lesbian, queer, questioning, unable to contain in any word. Welcome to you who are trans, cis, genderqueer, non-binary, intersex, agender, beyond words. Welcome to you who are human. Welcome to you who love and are loved. Welcome to you who are blessed, which is all of you. May this time together be a blessing. And this is our second Sunday in September, where we are continuing our theme of building belonging. And our specific topic for today is being queer here, as many of us, spent yesterday at the Pride Festival in Columbia Heights. We thought we would continue that theme of what is it to belong in this day and age as folks of many gender and sexuality identities. So I would invite us into our opening hymn this afternoon. It's 1019 in your teal hymnal, Everything Possible. This is a beautiful lullaby that I hope will sing to the child in you as well as the children present in our space today. We do have hymnals in the back, but the words will also be up on the screen. For those joining us on Zoom, please do sing along heartily while remaining on mute. And please rise in body or spirit as you're willing and able. And again, that's 1019, Everything Possible.
Story
As on most Sundays, I have a ooh, it's going to be a fun morning. I have a story to share with you all today. I have a Sherry also as a good friend and colleague. Today's story is called A House for Everyone. It's a story to help children learn about gender identity and gender expression. But I think it's helpful for us to remember as well. Lunchtime is our favorite part of the day. We build a house for everyone. We collect everything we need from around the playground. I'll get the sticks we need, says Ivy. It won't take long. She is the fastest runner in our group. She gathers large sticks from all over the playground. Ivy is a girl. She likes to have her hair cut really short. Her favorite clothes are shorts and a t-shirt, and she never chooses to wear a dress. I'll build the house, says Alex. I'll make sure it holds together and does not fall down. Alex loves to build. They have the biggest Lego collection of all our friends. They take the sticks that Ivy has collected and carefully balance them up against the fence. Alex does not feel like just a boy or just a girl. They feel very uncomfortable being called he or she. Alex prefers people to use their name, Alex, or they. I'll decorate the house, says Sam. When I have finished, it will look amazing. Sam is very artistic and loves putting different colors together. He collects flowers and leaves from all the different plants and trees in the playground. He drapes them carefully on the house. When he is finished, it looks beautiful. Sam is a boy. He loves to wear his hair long. His favorite sport is basketball. Sometimes when he plays basketball, he wears his hair in a ponytail. We will need something to sit on, says Jackson. I'll take care of that. Jackson is very, very strong. He carries the biggest, heaviest rock from the playground into our house. The big, flat rocks make comfortable seats for everyone. Jackson is a boy. He loves to wear dresses. At home, he has a huge collection of sparkly shoes. Dresses are not just for girls. Clothes are for everyone. We can all wear the clothes we like. What about a sign for visitors? Asks Tom. I'll make that. Tom loves spelling. He uses small rocks to spell the word welcome at the entrance of our house. Tom is a boy. When he was born, everyone thought he was a girl. They gave him a girl's name. This made Tom sad. When Tom grew up, he told everyone he was a boy. Now, everyone calls him he and Tom. This makes Tom really happy. With all of us working together, the house is soon ready. Ivy brings her dinosaur collection into the house. We make a rock mountain for the dinosaurs. And Jackson brings his tiny teddies into the house, and we each get to hold one. Alex brings their Lego into the house, and we build a Lego playhouse for the teddies. Tom brings his favorite joke book into the house and tells us some funny jokes. Sam brings his basketball to the house. We go outside and play basketball for a while. Other friends come and join. The house starts to get really crowded, but it's lots of fun. Ivy yells, "To the monkey bars, everyone!" We all love the monkey bars. Even though we're all a little bit different, we're all still the same, and we are all friends. The end. Just as these friends gather together on the playground to create a space that is loving and welcoming, a space where they can each bring their gifts and experiences and all of who they are and how they live in the world, so too we gather in this space on Sunday afternoons each week to share who we are with one another, what we love, and what our experiences are in the world.
I'll be sharing a meditation followed by us taking a moment of silence. The meditation is titled, "Know You Are Not Alone and Discover the Way Our Voices Rise." It's by Reverend Gretchen Haley. For this one moment, know only that you are loved, that you are safe and whole and loved. Know that you belong here, here among us, here on this earth, in your body, however tired or broken your heart may be. Whatever fear, disappointment, anger you carry, for this hour, know you are not alone. Feel the presence of others surrounding you, breathing beside you and with you. Discover together the way our voices rise and fall together in harmony, in hope. Claim here a resilient freedom, the choice for love, for light, to live with joy and gratitude and praise as a form of resistance.
Keep coming back to joy as a form of resistance. This was not a message that I received growing up. Did anyone in here receive joy as a form of resistance growing up? No, this is new to everybody. There are a lot of messages that we receive in our culture, in our society, and in this faith community, we spend a lot of time unpacking those messages and figuring out what it means to live out our Unitarian Universalist values. As we explore belonging, there's this dichotomy, this balance in belonging of an internal sense of belonging that has to be present, but also a need for belonging in relationship with other people. When I was young, a little older than Lenny is now, I started to become aware as my own sexuality woke up that I was attracted to both girls and boys. But somehow, and I couldn't tell you how because both my parents are fairly liberal and I was raised in a liberal Episcopal community, somehow I knew that it wasn't okay to talk about it. At least not with my parents, for sure. I didn't know what to call it or what to do with it. And being from the generation that I was, I went to the library. Different experience than my kiddos will have, although they'll go to the library as well. I went to the library and found a book called The Bisexual Option by Fritz Klein. And I said, oh, well, that explains what I'm feeling. That's a good label to hold on to. And I did, in about 9th grade, self-identified as bisexual. And played with coming out, and what did that mean for me at the time? This was in Rochester, Minnesota. So just a stone throw down the road from here. And so I came out to a couple of close friends and didn't have much reaction, which was good and expected from my friends. And then I came out to someone who I kind of knew at school, but not very much. And his reaction was, oh, can we have a threesome? And the message from that was, am I a person or am I an object? Right? The little ways that we are dehumanized in our experiences turned me inward and said, this is not a safe part of who I am to live openly. It wasn't until college that I really started getting engaged and finally came out to my parents. But I imagine what it's like now to be exploring one's sexuality for the first time, or to be hearing a call that perhaps you haven't heard since you were young, but had to repress. Today, the messages in society aren't so subtle anymore. There is outright hatred in the media, from our government. And we, in Minnesota, are in a relatively safe sanctuary state. Coming up from Texas and starting to raise my children there, all of those feelings of fear and worry were present in everyday life. I asked Lenny if I could share the story, and he said yes. When Lenny was about 3, he started exploring what gender is, which is a pretty normal, healthy developmental process. But he, like one of the kids in the book, loved wearing dresses for a while. And he had long hair, as he still does. And in Texas, that was a little scary. We had to balance how to give him the message that he was loved and whole and holy for all of who he was, while also keeping him safe. Because in Texas, if you are accused as a parent of abusing your child by letting them express themselves in ways that are not aligned with their assigned gender, your kids can be taken from you. Thankfully, we had a daycare that was loving and caring and liberal on a college campus. And so Lenny was able to live in those ways. But that fear is isolating and can make us so lonely and cut off and afraid to be in relationship with one another. Which is why we come together as a faith community, so that we have a place where we can bring all of those pieces. Why we, as Merging Waters Unitarian Universalist congregation, showed up en masse yesterday with our brand new t-shirts. If you haven't gotten yours yet, we still have a few more out there. And said, declared loudly and proudly that all of who we are is holy, is sacred, is loved. As some of you know, I did glitter blessings yesterday, and I have the glitter with me if anyone wants one today. But to bless people with glitter and remind them that the love that they shine into the world is precious, is valued, is sacred, brought many people to tears. It is revolutionary joy. It is joy as an act of resistance to say you belong as you are, as all of who you are. And it is what this church and community works so hard to do every Sunday when we gather and in all the moments in between. The ways in which we show up for each other and show up in the world. Each of those moments is an opportunity to live and lean into love, to create a place of belonging, both for ourselves and for those around us who may never have felt unconditional love. Prominent figure in our Unitarian Universalist history making and ministry is the Reverend Mark Morrison Reed, who says, "The central task of the religious community is to unveil the bonds that bind each of us to all. There is a connectedness, a relationship discovered amid the particulars of our own lives and the lives of others. Once felt, it inspires us to act for justice. It is the church that assures us that we are not struggling for justice on our own, but as members of a larger community. The religious community is essential, for alone our vision is too narrow to see all that must be seen, and our strength too limited to do all that must be done. Together, our vision widens and our strength is renewed." That is why our Merging Water t-shirts say Merging Water on the front and say Side with Love on the back, to remind us that we are not only connected to one another in our belonging and in our striving for love in this world, but connected to a whole network of Unitarian Universalists throughout the country and even throughout the world. I believe that love and being able to love ourselves for all of who we are and love one another for all of who we are is an antidote for the hate we see in the world. So let us continue to live that message of love. And let us sing it now in this space. I invite you into our next hymn, 1053, How Could Anyone, in your teal hymnal. Please rise and body your spirit as you're willing and able, and join me in singing.